Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 100 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we completely failed to automate our Gourmarilis, and I have a call to action for you guys to help me out. So check that out. It's at the end of the episode. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where today we are going to, as we left off last episode, continue working on our Botania automation setup here. So last episode, we left off with our runic altar automation and our mana pool automation. However, our next step is we need mana. We need some mana to be available to us for all of our crafting and things. So that's what our goal is today, is to work on getting our mana automated. And I want to try and do it by using the Gourmarilis. Now, I did not, in between episodes, do any work pretty much at all. I just stood around and did nothing. Yeah, anyway, so I need to get a couple things done here real quick. First off, since we're blocking this off, I don't feel like moving my moose. I need to teach Echor crystals to the system. Echor crystals. That is you. You're going to get enriched. Perfect. We need to put this in the enriching chamber. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. Nice and easy here. We don't want any glitches. We don't want any hitches. But we need importer. That's what I was doing, right? Yes. So go ahead and craft that up for me real quick, because I'm not moving my moose and my chicken setup here. So what I'm going to do is just throw an importer on the bottom of it, because there's literally space for it right here. So as soon as this craft is done, which is taking about 32 years, it looks like. How about now? No. No. Darn it. I hate that. What are you doing? Oh, you're making it. Okay, good. You did the thing. I'm just impatient. I want things to go faster. Let's go ahead and pop down here and boop, place that there. So now it'll start importing all of the eggs that we get and the moose antlers so that they're available to our system. Bam, there we go. So now I can block that off with impunity. I don't have to worry about it. And our moose and our chicken are just going to chill there and keep producing eggs and antlers for us at all times. And they can get blocked off and hidden, and we don't have to worry about it. So anyway, that's that. Our Hopper Hawk, even though this is the petite Hopper Hawk, geez Louise, man, its range is quite large. Like, I was hoping the petite version would just have a range of like this, but no, it's still fairly decently sized. I don't know what the max range of it is, but yeah, it is quite large. It's kind of sort of annoying, to be honest with you, because everything I drop keeps getting picked up. Anyway, so what do we need to do? Well, the first thing that we need to do is actually go ahead and make ourselves our Gourmarilis, right? So let's go ahead and pop into our backpack, get out my water sigil, go ahead and mix some water. Nope. Can I not use the water sigil directly in here? Nope, apparently not. Okay, well, that's good to know. Clear all that out. Let's just grab a bucket, I guess. Wow, making me go old school here. Oh, this is such work. Jeez, look at that. I had to like click 3 times. I'm also going to sleep because I don't want to hear all that lightning going on all night. And we're going to make our Gourmarilis, right? So the Gourmarilis is going to be this stuff here. So let's open up refined storage and request all this stuff. So we need to get mystical yellow petals and rettle petals taught to the system. Fairly simple to do. It's literally this and this. We have so many of these petal blocks, it's not even funny. We have enough petals to last us like 200 million years or something like that. You know, the dinosaurs will come back before we need any more petals. Like, there's a lot. I'm also going to need some more crafters, apparently, if we teach any more recipes to the system today. We'll see where we end up with that. So Gourmarilis, you can go ahead and craft all the things that we need and then give me all the things that we need. Though you didn't give me enough, but that's the way that the cookie crumbles always. We need another red petal. And the Phytogrow and the Masticator Scale. Cool. So then we just need a seed and we're good to go with all this stuff. So all we got to do is pop over here and nope. Okay, toss everything in but that thing. Let's go toss, 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 toss. Yes. Gray petals. Yellow. Oh, it was only one red. Oh, I didn't trust JEI. Or, yeah, I didn't trust refined. Man, what am I doing? Don't tell me I tossed the red ones in first, too. Yeah, I did. All right. I guess I should just learn to trust the system. I didn't do it. I didn't trust it, and it bit me there. It bit me. Okay, so we have our Gourmarilis flower, but before we continue, I want to go ahead and actually collect quest rewards for all this stuff, because we have almost all of this stuff available to us. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We can go ahead and craft up a mana pearl, because, you know, we're going to need it anyway at some point. We can do that. What about mana glass? Let's teach it that in case we need that at some point. And we're going to get all the quest rewards. Oops. Don't need that for that, though. And you are a regular mana pool recipe, so let's do a mana glass. Bam. Let's see what rewards we get for all of these. That was everything. Oh, a band of mana. Sure, we have that. Band of mana. And that just literally completed this whole quest chain. So let's go ahead and we'll collect all our quest rewards. We have a few from just various little miscellaneous things. Let's go ahead and clean up our inventory as is normal. Our botanical brewery can go away. I don't know how often we're going to be using that. And quests, collect them all. Let's see what we got for this. Okay. So we got a black bow tie. That's nice. We got a benevolent goddess charm. Okay, we'll take that. It's used for crafting. Some more 1K storage parts that we can convert to 16Ks. We got a mana seer monocle, open crate, meat feeder, a couple pedestals, some pasture seeds, some vine balls, some mana steel ingots. I was hoping for maybe some runes or something like that, or like, you know, some pixie dust or anything. I don't know. It would have been nice to get some of the higher tier stuffs, but it's okay. The mana seer monocle does what for me? It allows me to see mana or something? Like, I don't know. Or is it just supposed to be something fancy and it doesn't really do much? I don't know. We're going to go ahead and throw it away. Oh, wait. It actually told me. Mana seer. When I held it here, allows player... Oh, no, that's my sleep charm. Okay, so yeah, it actually didn't tell me. So anyway, that's that. We got that going. We're good to go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up such that we can have a mana pool. And I have a dead bush over here because I had to recover some mana because I set up this quick, simple automation, which basically says pull from this chest, push into the altar. And then this is pull from the altar, push into this chest. And we get warding stone out of it because it's a cheap and easy way to make warding stone. Instead of using 9 arcane stone, we can use 1 and 1, but it uses a lot of aura. It uses a ton of aura. It decimated our ancient tree that we had here and our Rose of Oblivion. And look, we're not even back up to half. So it's expensive to do it that way, aura-wise. And we really don't have aura gen going. And aura gen is like chunk-based anyway. So like we'd have to set up aura generation over here or something in the future. Probably soon we need to, so that the way this area can stay aura'd. But right now, Rose of Oblivion is our saving grace, similar to how our Blacker Lotus is for all of our crafting over here. Okay, so what we want to do is go ahead and make one more mana pool, and that way we have 5 total mana pools here, right? And we have a mana splitter. The way the mana splitter works, it's living rock and some mana steel, but it fills the pools that are attached to it in the cardinal directions. So we're gonna have our Gourmarilis is gonna fill this mana pool, and then we're going to have it send from this mana pool to our mana splitter to fill up these guys, and then eventually, once we can, we'll get sparks set up, so that way we can, you know, we have sparks on these now, but we'll get a recessive spark on, like, say, this pool, and a dominant sparks or something. I don't know. I have to look up how the spark system works. But basically, we need to set it up so that the Gourmarilis mana pool stays empty until all of these ones are full, and we're good to go. So yeah, let's see. What do we need to do for this? So the first thing we need to do is probably plant our Gourmarilis so we can determine where we are going to set up this whole automation system. So let's not plant our Gourmarilis first. Let's do our mana splitter. So we'll set this up, say, here. And then our mana pools can go around like so. Okay. And then I guess we can set this one up here. Yes? something like that. Okay, which means our Gourmarilis can go ahead and sit itself right here. We're also going to get rid of our pure daisy for now, and we're like I said before, we are going to automate the pure daisy, so we'll get that going as best we can. At least we got to figure out how to make sunstone and all that stuff and teach the system that, but we'll get there at some point. So the Gourmarilis is a interesting plant. It eats food, right? It eats it eats the same thing that you can eat, and it generates mana when it does so. If you feed it different types of foods, it generates more mana. If you feed it the same exact food, it generates less mana. Okay, it doesn't want to eat the same thing. It's just like you don't want to eat the same thing every single day. You want to eat different things. And so the Gourmarilis is the same, and the sweet spot is 7 food items. It remembers the last 7 food items. So if you can feed it 7 in a row of a different food, by the time it loops back to the first one, it will have reset its memory, and you'll get full mana for all of these, as long as you can keep them going in order. And so what we want to do is get ourselves first. Let's get all of our infrastructure set up. So we're going to get our mana spreader. We're going to put this guy here. We're going to get our lens so that it can fill up this pool as fast as it can at our tier, at least. And then we're going to collect that quest. I don't know. It wasn't a quest. Man, no quest. And then we're going to validate that everything is bound correctly. Okay, you're bound there. You do not have a thing bound to you, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And now you're bound to the mana spreader, and the mana spreader is bound to this mana pool. Perfect. That's what we wanted to see. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's the Gourmarilis. It's set up. That's basically all we got to do. And now we need to work on getting our automation for it set up. So we have a couple things that we can utilize to help us with this automation. There's what's called the mana detector and the mana pool, or the mana pool, the mana detector. And the mana detector, what it does is requires us to rearrange our setup here, because I realized that I need to set all this stuff up. So let's go ahead and change this up. And the mana splitter, does the mana come into the mana splitter? Do I need a intermediary? You are bound to, this counts as a mana pool, right? And then it splits mana between all of these, I believe. So we actually can just leave it set up like this. But I need all my stuff back now because it ended up in the system because of that hopper hawk. What am I even looking for? What did I just lose? I have my Gourmarilis. I need my splitter. Oh, the splitter's over there. I need my detector. How about my spreader? My lens? Where'd my detector go? Okay, detector's there. Okay, so if we're going to have the lens or the mana spreader deposit straight into the splitter, what we need to do then is get our detector set up to be in between so that the mana bursts flow through the mana detector. So we want to set this up, say, here. Mana should be able to flow over into there. The mana spreader can sit, and we can put the lens on it, and then we can bind it. So you are going to be bound to here. So then that'll just automatically fill up all of those pools, and we're good to go. And then as the mana passes through the mana detector, it will be able to, this will output a redstone signal. And we can validate that works. I've actually never used this thing before, so we can validate that works by just cardboard boxing this mana pool up and then going back in here and figuring out which one it has mana pool. If we put this, say, here, give me my cardboard. Yes, it's lighting up. However, it is flickering, and I don't like that. So every signal that goes through, it flickers. It's not staying a consistent power. Yeah, we don't want that. Because with this, what's going to happen is it's going to pulse, and it's going to keep pulsing and sending out a signal to everything. That's not what I want. And also, this is filling up this mana pool. Is it because the mana pool is in the way? Do I need to raise this? Potentially. Let's go ahead and we're going to break this. We're experimenting now because now I got to figure out how mana works. If I put you... Oh, my goodness, I'm about to break that hopper hawk. And we're going to have to figure out this flickering thing too, because that's not going to be a ideal situation at all. So you are going to be bound to here. And then, okay, yeah, now it's bound to the mana splitter. However, now it's not connected to the pool because the pool is not in front of it. Okay, but we can have the Gourmarilis be bound to this, and that's fine. So that can float there. And then as the Gourmarilis goes, it will feed the thing. Cool, perfect. So let's cardboard box this again. Give me it. And we can just do this. Perfect. So now it's bound to the mana splitter, and it'll split the mana between all of the pools. All right, so some sort of infrastructure set up. Not the greatest in the world, but we're working. But we need to figure out this flickering of the mana detector. I don't like that. That's going to mess literally absolutely everything up. Let's go ahead and plant our Gourmarilis. We'll bind it as appropriate to the mana spreader, so mana will flow from here. It'll come over to here, and then it'll end up in the mana splitter itself. And we can put our lens on the front so it happens faster. So that's that. Ultimately, our goal here is obviously to get our modular router that we're going to have set up to drop our items as it needs to. So it's going to pull from a chest, and then inside of that chest, we'll have an exporter set up to export all of these items, and it will round robin pull from that chest into the dropper. And then it'll only do that when it receives a redstone signal, right? And so what we want to do is set up a NOT gate essentially, so that the modular router always has a signal going into it. So like so. So the modular router is going to sit here, and we want it to work on a pulse mode, right? Okay, so modular router work in pulse mode. So when it receives a redstone signal, it turns on, or yeah, when it receives a redstone signal, it can turn on. So we're going to have our mana detector. Our mana detector is going to have a signal that flows out of it when the Gourmarilis is fed. Our modular router is going to pull from a barrel. And said barrel can really sit anywhere. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and, because it's gonna pull wirelessly. We have, yeah, we can set it up over here. Because we have refined storage literally right here. So we'll set our barrel up here, and then we'll have it pull from here. And we're going to put this into here. And we're going to say, okay, sir, you are going to pull, and you are going to be in a round robin mode. If we hold I over here, instead of default any or all behavior, the module will match against a single item from its filter on each execution tick. The item to be matched is picked in ascending round robin order. So what we have to do is, the key word there was from its filter. So we need to set up the filter for all of our items. The order doesn't matter as long as there's no repeats, right? So if we come in here, we go here, we say, okay, rabbit, steak, mutton, kangaroo, chicken, dweller, calamari. So we throw all these guys in here. Bam, it's going to pull them in order. And we say that's a whitelist, so that's what it's allowed to. And it should, whenever I pulse, it should pull. Let's get a button. And just initiate that pulse. We'll just manually trigger it. Okay, so it pulled rabbit, right? Now it should pull steak. Perfect. And it's doing the thing. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see it pull the different items out as it went through. I just want to get all 7 out so that it resets the list. And that was it, right? Dweller meets the last one. No, calamari. And then it should reset back from the top. Perfect. So that part works. So our round robining is going to work. It'll pull from this chest as it needs to, and it'll cycle through all of our different things so that we're maximizing our mana. Exactly what I wanted to see. Now what we need to do is get our dropper module in there, and we're going to have it just drop. It doesn't matter what's in here, just whatever's in the buffer, go ahead and drop directly in front of you. Bam, so it'll drop out right in front of the Gourmarilis, and we're going to get, mana coming through, and we're going to be perfectly fine here. So what we need to do is now get the redstone signal off of this mana detector setup. And I'm going to take a moment right here. I'm going to pause. There is a thing called a decay clock, I believe it's what it's called, from vanilla Minecraft that we can use to stop this mana signal from flickering. And it's on the Enigmatica 6 wiki. So I'm going to go pop over there, check out how to set this up, and we'll be right back. All right, well, It's been probably about a half hour since I last since the last clip or whatever. And this is where we're at. So I decided to move everything downstairs because I didn't like it all being out here and just, taking up all this room and everything, and it doesn't look super great. So I moved it. I just cleared out a little space underground so that we have this. So we moved our mana spreader down here, and it sends its pulse up into the bottom of the mana splitter, which works perfectly fine. Our Gourmarilis is here. Modular router still set up the same to pull from that chest, and we have all this going. So looking at the Enigmatica 6 wiki, this is a decay clock, a vanilla Minecraft decay clock. And what happens is when the mana detector sends out or puts out a redstone signal when mana flows through it, it triggers this redstone here, which goes through here, which loops back through, which loops back, and it basically loops it through and slowly causes it to fade out. And then once it does, it will, it gets to a full power signal. It should turn this redstone torch off, which will pulse our router. However, what happens is not what I want. So if we go ahead and manually trigger this, it's going to do the thing, and it's going to feed, and it's not fast enough. Our bursts that are coming through here are just not quick enough, even if I put my lens on here, to keep this active. So we're getting a lot of pulses. It just keeps pulsing, and I don't know how to extend this. What would happen is we would extend this long enough so that each of these pulses that is coming through, these mana bursts, will reset this timer. Which, I mean, like if we were to get a button, we could manually do so, but that's not what I don't want to manually do it. But what we want is to extend these pulses so that each one of those bursts, extends this so that it doesn't end up turning on when it doesn't need to. Basically, that it stays on the whole time without this little flicker going on. And so, yeah, basically, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to set that up so that this will do. So I'm gonna put this project on hold for the moment and farm this out to you guys. How can I extend this? I tried looking up extending a decay clock and everything, but my vanilla redstone knowledge is not the greatest in the world, and so setting this up, this is the extent of what I got for myself. I don't know how to extend this up so that we don't end up just keep continuously feeding our Gourmarilis, because it'll 100% eat whatever we throw out there for it, but it's going to get wasted because if it's full of mana and we throw out another item on there, it's wasting the food. We have to wait until the Gourmarilis empties into our mana spreader. And maybe it's just because this mana spreader is just, it's a low tier and everything. The mana bursts aren't the fastest in the world coming out of this. Maybe we should move this closer to the mana splitter. Maybe that'll work. Like if we were to put the mana detector here and then the spreader right below it, would that maybe make these pulses, make it faster overall? I don't know. I don't know. We can find out. You know what? We can actually let's get a mana pool. We'll take a mana pool and we'll test this out real quick. So if I were to put this here, and instead of binding to the mana splitter, we bound you to the mana pool, are your pulses faster? Is it a distance thing that's causing this to not work appropriately? No, see, look, it still fades out too long and it's flickering over here, which is what I don't want. We want to stop this flicker from happening as much as we can as these pulses travel through our spreader into the mana pool. And it's just not happening. I wish the mana detector was configurable. Like we could say, hey, hold on to your signal for longer or something. But yeah, that doesn't work. So we don't need that. And we'll just rebind. Honestly, you should be bound to the mana splitter because it's just a vertical thing. So yeah, anyway, so I'm farming this out to you guys. If anybody has any ideas on this, let me know how I can make this last a little longer or something, or redesign any tips and tricks with it. I'd appreciate getting this set up because everything is ready. It all works except for the actual triggering of the food part. And that's that's the part that actually matters, is getting the food to cycle properly and the mana to come into here. And there's no other way to read the mana off of this. So I don't, other than like getting into not industrial foregoing, integrated dynamics and stuff. And that's not, yeah. that's not a feasible option for me right now. So with that being said, that's basically going to be the wrapping up point of this episode. I'm going to call, again, I'm farming this out to you guys to see if anybody knows any other better way. Real quick, this dude showed up. Never seen this guy before. In 100 episodes, we have Red Merchant just decided to show up, and he has a trade offer. He receives this, I receive this, but he doesn't really have anything I would want. Like some blue bombs, I guess. I don't really need firework rockets. These are flight duration 3. It's actually not too bad, but we really don't need them. We have our jetpack and everything. So yeah, bye. But apparently these guys can show up every so once in a while. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll wrap up here. Next episode, we'll come back. Hopefully you guys will have some ideas. I'll try and record a little bit later tomorrow so that I can get your guys' feedback and see if there's anything I can do here to make this a little bit more better overall for us. And then we'll come back and we will automate living wood, which is fluorescing archwood, and living rock, which is sunstone. And we need to automate sunstone too, which is firmament in our natural altar. So we really need to get like aura production going on up there and everything. So we'll figure something out for that. But automating this will be fairly easy. We just need some constructors. Honestly, do we even need constructors? We could use routers. Routers is like extremely versatile for all of this stuff. But we can get like a constructor, constructor, and a destructor, and we can let refined storage handle the production of this, so that way we can regulate it with a, I always forget the name of the thing. We can regulate it with a detector. Yeah, this. So we'll get 2 of these, 2 of each of these, and 2 detectors, and then we'll just have our pure daisies sit here. One side will be sunstone, one side will be one side will be living wood, one side will be living rock, and then we'll just have it do its thing. So I'm gonna teach the system how to make those, and then we'll come back next episode and work on that. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Again, I need some help, so please help me out. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.